podcast. I'm recording there. Oh shit, continuity. There you go, Drake.
I don't know if that helps continuity.
That's not what that means.
Continuity is like if we're shooting this and this mug is right here.
Welcome to our podcast. And I hate being wrong. You know that. I hate it.
Never mind.
I fucking
Great
hate it.
use of that word.
I fucking hate it. Well, this is our starting
Why?
point. You started recording
Dude,
way before I did.
sometimes when people, you know what I've noticed? Sometimes people hate when they're wrong more than they want to
know.
eventually be right. Right? But that doesn't make any sense because because I used to be like that for sure. But if you get so mad that you're wrong, then the next time it comes up, which it obviously will, you're going to be wrong again.
Because I think it happened last week too.
But
I
then
I think that happened in the second take, so it wasn't even on the video. But it didn't matter because
well, it never matters.
yeah,
And that's really the stone skinny of it.
awesome. That was a great high five. Don't knock things off. Welcome to our podcast. Welcome to our podcast.
Everything's all
guys.
fucked up.
I don't know what continuity is, and this is a Patreon is a virtual tipping and rewards website.
But I could even tell you right now what continuity is.
Okay,
But I don't have to because that's mansplaining.
why don't you mansplain what Patreon is?
Patreon.com is a virtual tipping and rewards website. Basically, if you go on patreon.com/WTOP, you can support the show. You've been supporting for years and years with your ears. And that's, excuse me, from me to you. If you'd like to help us out monetarily, you can. But what do we get out of it? I'll tell you right now. The $10 group gets their name shouted at on the podcast. $50 group, we help you promote something that you'd like to promote, barring our approval. Most all of them get approved. And then even for $1 group, it'll usher you into the Patreon family. All of the members of the Patreon family get access to full videos of this podcast, as opposed to the awesome clips edited and created by
Drake McIntosh.
Drake, yes, and Josh. Right?
No.
Was that show?
Stop.
Was that a show?
I don't know.
It was after my time. I was watching adult programs like Saved by the Bell, the summertime, when they went and they made brunch all summer and played volleyball and dug for treasure. All of those things were real. Anyway, Zoe, $10 group, gets a shout out on the podcast, and it sounds like this.
Meg von der Linden. Matthew J. Palka. Alexander Glarva. Michael Cavile. Hannah Warman. Katie Lee G. Mangus Sylvia.
Mangus.
No, it's Magnus.
Mangus is like a
put
good evil
I
fat
switched the N
wrestler,
and the G.
right? With a hood, with a mask. He's like, oh no, it's Mangus. And Mangus is really unstoppable for like 3 weeks. And then the hero beats him and he's a goddamn joke.
That's a pretty rad name.
But
though.
this isn't that. This is Magnus.
Theodorus Carambellis. The Wandering G-Bear. Monique Quistorf. Danielle Di Verona. Valerie York. Helen Ford. Justine Johnson. Nestor De Leon III.
What?
Bryden Clough Smith.
Is this the dude who was like...
So.
But dude, did he spell it out like phonetically?
BR-EYE-DAN and then Clough Smith. I was pretty close though.
I'm gonna start calling you John Smith. John Smith. Out of respect, you should try 3 or 4 more times.
I'm sorry. I don't think your name is fucked up. I think I'm fucked up. Katie A, Superfloss, and Janisha Tutton. You guys, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for all your support of the podcast. We appreciate it so much, despite our complete inability to read. Zoe can't read, and I'm dyslexic, so there's really no hope.
You're right.
But we will continue to do our best, and we thank you so much for your patronage. You want to open it up and give it another shot?
Nope. Not doing it. So I
Oh,
had a
fuck,
dream.
man.
I had a fucked up dream.
Okay.
Like I was legit stressed out in my
Did
dream.
it look like this?
I feel like that's what I look like. Okay, so we go to there's a place called Donut Crazy, where we grew up.
Hot damn, man.
And
it's in Shelton, Connecticut.
And they got delicious things, very delicious and nutritious. I mean, I don't know about nutritious, but you know,
Definitely not because they're donuts.
but they're perfect. So I had a dream that we were with a bunch of people, and I don't even know who we were with. And at one point, someone was like, "I've got it all." So I'm like, "Do I want hot chocolate? Do I want coffee?"
Somebody turned to you and said, "I got it all."
I've got it all. There was like a bunch of us, and they were like,
Was it the
"Oh,
goddamn whiz?
It's where I got it." I don't know who it was. I don't know.
Oh,
who
you meant like
said
paying
it.
for
Yes.
everything. Oh. I've got it all.
I got it all.
I want it now.
So they're like, "I got it all. Don't worry about it. Just put it on me." And then I'm like, "Oh my God, do I want hot chocolate or do I want coffee?" And then if I get hot chocolate, what kind of donut do I want? Oh my God, there's so many choices. Oh my God. And they're just like dwindling by the second. There's like less and less and less. And I just wanted
Less and less donuts?
Yeah. And I just wanted a donut so bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, wait, I don't know. Can I have a chocolate glaze?" And they were like, "No, we just ran out." And I was like, "What about a regular?"
As they
just a
were going to
plain?"
reach for
Yeah.
it, somebody grabs the last one.
Nothing. And then finally I like pointed at one, and he's like, "Drive-through got it." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And then my fucking alarm clock went off, and I was like,
Oh, no.
"Why am I fucking having a nightmare and stressed out about fucking donuts?"
Somebody called
And,
donut because you're anticipating our trip home when we definitely go there. And I will go there every morning, and I will get a bacon, egg, and cheese well-done bacon with ketchup and hot sauce because I'm a sophisticated bitch. Thank you. And
He means basic bitch.
no, I'm a sophisticated ass bitch.
I don't
That's
know
a
about
spicy
that.
sandwich, Zoe,
Sammy's?
on a Portuguese roll. Merry Christmas.
West Coast doesn't know about a Portuguese roll.
Why is that?
I don't know.
There are no Portuguese people out here, huh?
I have yet to meet one.
No Portuguese people? No Puerto Rican people?
Well, there's some Puerto Rican people, but not.
I've met maybe
like-
2.
Yeah. There's not.
8 Italians, 2
Yeah.
Puerto Rican people.
Yeah.
So anywho, they have a lot. And also, it's like a lot of the donuts that they have. Also, follow them on Instagram because you could see everything that we're talking about.
It's so good.
They're like a goddamn dessert plate.
Yeah. It's like like LA is known for their donuts and stuff, and they're delicious. And there's a place by work that I really love. I never go, but when clients or my boss brings them in once in a while,
Oh,
it's nice.
we had vegan donuts one time
Yeah.
at Hotlanta when we were shooting that thing.
Yeah.
And they were really, really good.
Yeah.
Not even like, yeah, good. They were
No.
really fucking
Yeah.
good. And I was like, what's vegan about this? Sometimes when you hear the word vegan, you automatically assume healthy
Crap.
because you think about the people in your life that are vegan that are like svelte.
I've known so many vegans or people that have gone vegan and got fat. Well, put on
Afterwards?
a bunch of weight. Yeah, because they're only eating carbs.
Only eating carbs?
Yeah, because what else are they going to eat?
I
They
don't-
don't know
I
how
honestly
to eat
don't know.
vegan. They don't know how to really start preparing meals and stuff and all that stuff.
They just
so
decide
it's
that
just
they're
quick
gonna
and
do it
easy
one
to
day?
go to like rice and pasta and all of that stuff.
That's
so.
the best, and I'd like to say this for a lot of people in Los Angeles. The best and most efficient way to lose weight is to hear about a way of life and just start doing it. Just make a drastic change to your body
Yeah.
as soon as possible and deprive yourself of like very specific things. Don't do anything to subsidize those things. Just completely change your body without warning.
Yeah.
It's like your head knows what's going on, but your body is telling you no.
Ooh. But my body is telling me no.
I'd also like to mention
Baby.
to check out our affiliate links for Johnny Cupcakes, who's doing this whole... Obviously, we've talked about Johnny Cupcakes on the Popcakes awesome t-shirts, have been for years. Limited edition t-shirts always, but they're doing this big like several month long campaign with Nutter Butters.
They're fucking, he's so cool.
Because Nutter Butter is like celebrating their billionth year or something like that.
That's crazy. Yeah, man, Nutter Butter's been around forever.
Hell yeah. So they have all these t-shirts that are like Nutter Butters in the 70s, 60s.
Yeah, cool.
All the way up to the 90s and 2000s. So it's pretty great.
90s?
The 90s. And then our other affiliate links. These are links that are under all of our Popcacks.
They're always in the description.
And on the videos.
Yeah.
In the video clips and stuff. Some of the video clips. Masterclass. You could also get, if you order a masterclass through us, we get a little kickback. So click our link for that. I've done the photography one. Dude, Tom Morello has a guitar one. And I'm worried that if I watched it, I would get super into playing music again.
Well, you have a guitar.
I do have a guitar that hasn't seen the light of day in some time.
I like to pull that out sometimes and strum it.
No, you don't.
I used to pull that shit out all the time. You used to really love when I would sing to you too.
Yes, it was great. What?
Nothing. Keep going.
I was going to say something else about music. Oh, I found an old iPod. Two old iPods that I plugged in. Like my first video iPod. Yes, one of them shits out after a while.
Yeah.
But so many shows are on there. So many like acoustic shows from like 2007.
Damn.
And
no.
Nah.
Boo.
That's why I say like with like this generation of like YouTube people, they just think of an idea and then they make it and then it's out there for everyone. I was bad for so long, and the only people who had to suffer through it were my friends and family.
Well,
thank goodness. And strangers who I will never, ever see ever again, who have no record of it happening.
Who says that we're still not suffering through it?
At least we don't know. You know?
I mean, some of us do.
Some people watch this show and listen to it. And that's how I know that it's not terrible. Other than that, I really have no self-awareness whatsoever.
No, yes you do.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Because you have to have it as an adult.
Yeah.
What is the thing that that you know about yourself the most? It's like unwavering. Or a thing. Doesn't have to be the number one thing. But you know that you're like this. Good or bad.
I annoy easily.
Yeah.
Stupid shit.
So do you catch yourself getting annoyed in conversation with strangers and you're like, okay, deep breath now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find that I get annoyed, like, I wear it on my face. I think I'm most aware of like what my face looks like. Even if I'm not annoyed, I'm most aware that I've got resting bitch face so fucking bad. And most of the time, people, when I'm cutting people's hair, they're like, what's wrong? Why are you mad? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm not mad. And they're like, yeah, well, your face tells a different story. I'm like, that's my I'm focused face. So I'm also very aware of that. But being annoyed easily in conversation, there's been plenty of times where I've had to take a deep breath and excuse myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because
I would love that.
Yeah. If something is like, if I just fucking can't, I will get up and walk away.
That's a very admirable skill set to have. Sometimes in the place that we live, there's a lot of people who you just kind of know who want to talk about themselves in lieu of having a good back and forth conversation.
Yeah.
So sometimes, especially with like some comedians who are just like, I don't know. You know how there's comedians who like love writing jokes, and then there's comedians who are like, this is what I'll do to get famous.
Yeah.
Or to get a TV show or whatever. Sometimes I talk to younger versions of those people, the second type, and they'll start talking, and I'll know for a fact that I'm not interested. And I will turn off everything else in my brain to concentrate and listen until I can't possibly anymore. Because I'm also like, I know what it's like. Maybe you're just starting and you feel the need to like be something else outwardly so everybody else, like I've gone through all that shit. When I first started going to the Comedy Store, didn't know how to act, especially around other people, around other comedians and stuff. So I sense that there's a nervousness, and I get it and I appreciate it. But sometimes it's just like me.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing. Yeah. There's a lot of that here, regardless of what job you have.
I've seen you literally shut down.
Oh no,
I've seen it happen.
But is that just because you know me?
It's just because I know you.
Or is it like
only because no. You get this look. It's not even here. It's not even like it's in your eyes. And
what does it look like? Can I ask you a thing?
Is that not like dead on?
I don't know if I'm self-aware enough to know exactly the face, but I could point to you when it happens.
Yeah.
But like I've been trying this new thing over the past couple months where it's like maybe I'm not into it, but I know it would be polite to hear them out and let them go through whatever they're going to go through. Because sometimes you let somebody talk and they're saying some clowning shit, they'll pick up on it.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, dude, I've seen it happen so many times. They're like talking dumb shit and be like, well, I know this person and blah, 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 like real name dropping and shit. And then I'll just be like, and then I'll ask them questions about it, and I'll just concentrate on my breath and just be like real listener boy. And then eventually, maybe 7 times out of 10, they're like, but why am I talking about me? What's going on with you? And I'm like, oh shit, it happened.
Yeah.
You turned a corner.
I swear to God, people being in customer service for as long as I have, I have found that people love to talk about themselves.
Yeah, and it's not terrible.
There's nothing wrong with that. No, absolutely not. But if you keep them engaged and keep asking them questions, a lot of the time it's hilarious because you get to know somebody so well.
Yeah.
And then they're like, wait, what's going on with you?
No, this is one-sided.
Like,
I know all your secrets.
Like, I know so much more about my clients. And then I have some people, mostly men, who will not talk. I have this new guy. His name is Steve. And every time I talk to him, he just moved into the building that I work in. And every time he's come in so far, it's like, hey, man, how's it going? Are you settling in? Yes, no, maybe so. Great. And last night he fell asleep.
He fell asleep.
He started to fall asleep in my chair.
With sharp scissors near his head?
With sharp, and it was very funny because I knew he fell asleep because he did one of these, you know, like the head jerk.
Right, can't.
Yeah. Shit, fuck, you know. And
the donuts are gone.
And I laughed, you know, and I was like laughing, and he was like, "You caught me slipping," and I was like, "Yeah," but like I don't know much more about him other than
what he looks like when he sleeps sitting
basically,
up.
Basically, other than he got a new job, moved here from North Carolina, and that's really about it. He was going to Vegas this weekend for work, and that was it.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to talk. How did it grow out? Great. Did you love or hate anything about it? He's like, I don't know. We're still growing it out, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Great.
And that was it. Yeah. Silent.
Don't need to know everybody.
Yeah.
Too many people.
But it's funny. But mostly men. I find that a lot of men are like that.
Well, you cannot talk to a woman that you don't know. That's against the rules now.
No.
It kind of is, depending. I'm so much more aware of how I am and how I come across and how I want to come across now more than ever. And in some ways it's good. I was never a complete piece of shit anyway, so I never really had to worry. Thank you so much. But it's like now, if I'm like, I was talking about this on stage the other day. If I'm like alone at night with a like there's a woman there and we're just at a crosswalk, like waiting for a cross, even if it's the fucking middle of the day, I'm like, what could I do to make you feel safest right now?
Hands.
Yeah. You know what I was doing? This is kind of, I'm trying to work it out so it could be a funny thing. Yeah. I try to seem very, honest, like not a danger.
Yeah.
At all. And I try to like reassure other people that I'm not a danger.
Know that maybe that is more of a danger and more.
Well, I don't say it like that.
I'm not a danger. I'm not a danger.
I don't wait until I'm
not
alone.
gonna hurt you.
But what I will do is if somebody is like, it's just me and a lady and she's looking around, I'll go like this.
No.
Right?
Not me.
No.
Yeah.
Right? But
it's funny.
That is all completely dependent on them, what question they're asking in their head.
Yeah.
Like in my mind, it's just me and a woman at a crosswalk and she's like, am I in danger right now? And looking around. And then she looks at me and I'm like, nah. Right?
Yeah.
But that may not be the question she's asking in her head. Like she could look around and be like, are you the dangerous one? Or
yeah.
Or am I safe around you?
No.
And then I look
no,
around.
You're not. Nah. Yeah. That's funny.
Working it out.
You know when my resting bitch face comes in handy the most is when I'm at a fucking crosswalk, especially like in Santa Monica area.
Yeah.
Like that whole Ocean Ave is always busy. It doesn't matter what time of day. There's always someone out.
So how does it help?
Oh, they don't want to talk to me because I literally look like I will fucking chew your face off.
Dude, your face is my hand tattoos. The reason I got hand tattoos was so people don't talk to me in the airport. I think what I should do on my other hand is get a tattoo of your face. And then I think it's over.
Yeah, it's bad. My resting bitch face is like, if looks could fucking kill, I find that's...
I never thought of you as having a bitch face.
Oh, really?
I thought of you... yeah. I just thought your not smiling face is very intense, but I never thought of it as like There are girls who look... So offensive to call them girls. Who look mean when they're still.
Yeah.
And you just look like I just finished making a knife.
That I know how to use very well.
Yeah, make no expression. Yeah. But you don't look like an asshole. You still there's a warmth.
I feel like an asshole.
There's a warmth, but you know that you could take away.
Yeah.
That's the feeling that I get.
Okay.
What is my resting face?
Oh, goofy as fuck.
All right, ready? No expression.
Goofy as fuck.
I don't know what people... I think I have like a inviting smile. I think my dad had a great smile.
Yeah.
My mom has a great smile.
My
dad has a great smile. When he was younger, you should have seen my dad's smile. But I think they have very warm faces. Uh-huh. But all of us, when we're making no expression, that's when I feel like I might come off threatening. Between tattoos and making zero expression and having a beard and hair.
I don't know. I've never gotten that feeling from you, even when I didn't know you.
Maybe it's because we have love. I know other people feel uneasy around me. Because I've seen it in obviously everybody's different, but I've seen it in strangers.
Yeah, funny.
Strangest things.
Strangest things.
Mm-hmm.
Great season this season. You guys, I have to say, I've been really, I always enjoy doing the podcast, but I feel like lately it's been just really great, and I hope you guys are like enjoying it as much as we like doing it.
We're hitting our 8th stride.
Yeah.
I think a big part of it recently has been like, I don't know. I talked about this on Dynamic Banter. Hate talking about the podcast on the podcast. But I'm very excited about these. I've been a fan of these for a long time.
These are great.
And
ding, ding.
The more effort you put into something, the more enjoyable.
But I feel like a lot of this is like effortless.
It is now because
Yeah.
everything's all set up, and that's like the catching your stride part of it.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes it's like you don't have enough time, so you're trying to throw together the best possible thing in the midst of all this other stuff. But at one point, when you took over as producer, we're like, we're doing this no matter what.
Yeah.
And then it's going to look like this, and we're going to send it off to this person
Yeah.
to help us with this load of the work. And Drake has been awesome with that. Thank you, Drake.
Oh, shit.
What?
You swore to never say his real
Drake
name.
McMillian. Editor, champion, magic man of this podcast. Anyway, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so
Having
it's
fun.
been fun. It's been a lot of fun. Don't forget we have welcome to our podcast t-shirts at WTOP.clothing. That link is always in the bottom, in the description.
And then the new thing we're working on is all the fake ads that Zoya does, and Drail does such a good job of editing them into real commercials that are going to start showing up on Mike in the Morning. Some of them have, but
Yeah.
it's going to be like a reoccurring thing.
Yeah.
All the logos that he comes up with, we're going to pick a couple and make like a sticker set out of them.
Yeah.
And maybe some shirts and stuff like that. So fun stuff on the horizon.
Yeah.
Speaking of the horizon, we're on our way to VidCon, 10th anniversary of VidCon.
That's crazy.
Tonight, after we go look at a compartment.
This is my 7th year in a row going to VidCon.
Really? Have you been that many times?
6th year.
That's crazy.
No, 7. It's been 7.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I go back and forth because I was not at the first one. I was at the first couple playlist lives, and they were like neck and neck for a little while, but then VidCon is like,
Yeah.
VidCon's like the thing.
Yeah.
And like now, it's so weird to see, like, obviously started 2006 when it was just a website. And then we used to get, me and Megan were talking about this. The YouTube gatherings back in the day were like you get on a train and you go to New York City and there's 75 people there and you talk to everyone else who uses the website. Right. And now it's like this big pop culture, like WWE was, I know that everything important, everything that holds weight is wrestling involved in it for me.
Yeah.
But like Triple H and Stephanie McMahon were like on a panel yesterday.
Yeah.
Where like I've been on a panel for the last like 7 years or something like that. And then over the past 4 years, I suggested that they do this stand-up comedy night, and they've kind of let me run this thing. So it's nice to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I go back and forth with like, at the very beginning, it was like, there was like a lot of camaraderie. And now it's more like all these stars that get together and they have their like fans that scream when they're in public and stuff. It's just very gigantic and very different now. And I don't long for how it was, but yeah, I'm just saying it's very different.
Yeah.
Every year I go back and forth and I say like, is this still for me? And sometimes it's like way on the not so much section, but definitely doing the stand-up show and making that something
think-
important and blending the worlds was
Yeah.
like something that re-energized.
I think it's I you know, like you're like, is this really for me? But I think it is still for you to be able to go ahead and do, you know, what you're doing, you know, and this is kind of where it all started. And, you know, like your core fan base started here with this, right?
Yeah.
But I think we're doing it right. Like, I don't have a desire to go and fucking stay from Wednesday to Sunday. You know
So
what I mean?
let me tell you how it is for a month leading up to this. For a month, I will get so many emails that are just invitations to meet up from brand new apps that essentially do the same thing that other apps are doing right now. But they're like, this is our version. And I see you on this list of featured creators. So you need to come use our app, bring your people to our app so we could be the next YouTube, which is not.
Yeah.
YouTube is YouTube. Be a different thing, right? Or like, this is like Vine. You remember when Vine went out of business? But this is our Vine.
Yeah.
And we have $50,000 to spend
Yeah.
on a logo.
No.
So we're going to make it.
Yeah.
And not all of them are like that. But like you go and you have a lot of meetings and there's a lot of people like That was the first ever Hollywood blow and smoke up your ass type
Yeah.
situation that I was in, where all these people hired to talk about these apps and like sell them.
Yeah.
And their boss is just like in an office somewhere being like, get people who already have an audience to use our stuff, and then we'll be the next thing.
Yeah. None of that has any kind of weight for me because I
Right.
just I don't get all of that blah, blah.
That's part of the businessy side that I wish I was better at, but I can't. I have no
Desire for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have no desire to do that. I just want to. What?
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know why that always happens. I want to like make stuff. I've been thinking a lot about when me and Steve Walter had that studio in Connecticut, in Stratford. And, you know, he was the photographer and I was the whatever. And we would just think of stuff and make it all the time. And we were in that studio all hours of the night and like every day if we weren't shooting somewhere else. And we would just think of stuff and set it up and make it. And it was a very like freeing artist, bohemian type of a way to make stuff. And that's what I want to concentrate on. I don't want to, you know, whatever.
Yeah. I think that's all going to come full circle.
Roger.
I think it's just you've got other things going on right now.
You're hitting everything with that pen. And it can't be good. It can't be good. Is this the look that I give people when I'm done?
Okay. He's over it, you guys.
How did
I
that
did
sound
get
in
it.
your headphones?
It sounded fine. I don't know how other people are going to like it, but I
I have no headphones on and
didn't
it was
mind
terrible.
it. So I got excited. I was blow drying my hair and I was like, oh, we're going to see Hank Green this weekend.
Kind of, maybe.
Yeah.
He's always
He's always so busy, but even
Yeah.
like he is the most pleasant person to see there. And
Yeah.
he's always so warm and always he's the nicest guy. And he and I shared a really funny moment in one of the cars last year. And I like him a lot. But anyway, I think you have an ad read for me.
That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
What time is it?
We're 32 minutes in and I got laundry that's going to ding any second.
Oh shit. I feel like
Oh, shit.
what? We have 1 minute.
Well, no minutes.
Perfect. So your fake ad read for this week is an app
Okay.
called Gaga Go Go. And what it does is it makes a baby noise to get you out of a conversation you don't want to be in. So 30-second ad. Zoya, the new app you're pitching in at VidCon, Gaga Go Go.
Do you really not have kids but need to get out of a conversation? We got an app for that. Come on down. No. Download Gaga Go Go. When you got to get out of a situation that you don't love, you Gaga Go Go. Gaga Go Go. In the App Store, iTunes.
Okay.
Not great.
Not great.
Not great.
I thought you were going to say...
Gaga Go Go.
You Gaga.
You Gaga Go Go? Want to get out of a situation?
I feel like you're
Oh my
trying
God.
to...
All
It's like when the thing's already dead, but you're still shocking it with the
okay.
panels.
All right. You guys, thank you so much for listening. You can find all kinds of stuff in the description that we talked about in this podcast. I love you, and we're
Love
going
you
to
as
have
well.
a great weekend.
Headed to VidCon, headed to San Francisco for 2 shows, headed to Cambria, and then back home to LA for shows.
And this is going to be up after all of that stuff. So
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
that's okay. But I'm sure we had a great time. I'm sure it was a great weekend.
Let's
We'll
talk
to
about
you
the
guys
time
next
we
week.
had at VidCon.
You guys, thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon.